Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I just want to break down a few scalp trades that I've taken on AMC and NVDA this week. Both of these stocks have been incredibly strong, and they have presented some really nice short-term momentum moves using bull flags, break and retest strategies, two strategies that I look for quite a bit in the market intraday. So in today's video, I want to show you these trades. I'm not showing them to boast, to brag about some of the money that I've made. I'm doing it to try to help you guys to help you see what formations I look for intraday to try to scalp options. If you guys are out there trying to find intraday formations to try to scalp some quick upside moves, a lot of moves that we have seen lately in the market, these are two great trade setups, and I want to show you in today's video. Before we get into it, I first want to say thank you so much to everyone that has joined the live streams every single morning. Today we hit the most viewers. I think we had about 320 at the peak. So thank you so much for everyone that's stopping in. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And we have had some really good call outs in the live streams. So if you haven't checked it out, of course, it is free to just come hang out, see it in the morning, and prepare your day. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Press that like button for me. It helps out the channel and the video a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned for some future videos. And make sure to press that bell notification so that you know every single time that I post. So guys, the first trade that I have for you today is a trade on NVDA from yesterday. NVDA was a very strong mover yesterday. It was also a strong mover today, but there was a really nice formation in the morning that I caught. It was a nice pullback to the 9 EMA, something that I talk about quite a bit on this channel, and it was also a nice bull flag breakout. So I'm going to go ahead and go over this trade first. This trade was called out live in the Discord chat, so congratulations. I know some of you, if you're watching this from the chat, I think some of you caught this trade, so that was very, very nice on the Discord chat, and a very nice trade on NVDA. Just a really clean bull flag breakout, nice little pullback to the 9 EMA. So I want to show you that in today's video so that you guys get an idea of what I look for and some really nice formations that you guys can try to find here on the chart. So let's go ahead and look at this. So the first things first, this is NVDA yesterday. Actually, what I want to show you first is why this big green area is here, right? So if we take this out to the 15-minute, the reason that this big green area is here is because on the 15-minute, you guys can see that I sort of drew out this demand zone. This zone between 655 and 650 were these previous highs on NVDA. Coming into yesterday, I wanted to see, can NVDA hold this previous high and bounce off of it? Once I saw it hold this previous high yesterday, I knew that there was going to be some bulls stepping into this. So if we go back to the 1 minute, what you guys will notice from yesterday is that we moved right off this formation. And what I liked even more, if I zoom into this a little bit more here for you guys, what I liked even more than that is that we saw a break and a perfect retest of that demand zone, and then look at this bounce right here. So a very strong bounce off that previous high. That proved to me that there was going to be some momentum jumping into this stock. So we got the nice move. We started moving higher. I didn't catch this part, but where I caught this was right here on this pullback. So if I pull up the trades here, I'll go ahead and pull up the trades that I took. This was NVDA. This was from June 2nd. I got in at 948, started scaling out a minute later and another minute later. So about a 2-minute trade here on NVDA. I got in 3 660 calls at $9.19. And 948 was right here. So right here, we're starting to move up. 946, 947, and 948. This candle right here is 948. Now, what did I see here? Why did I get into this? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a breakdown, hopefully to help you guys out to see why I got into this trade. So I didn't want to chase it here. I don't like to take trades that are this extended over the 9 EMA. So if you ignore these two candles, we did have a very big overextension past that 9 EMA. I don't like to take it there because most of the time these things will pull back and quickly put you in a red position. So what I did was I waited a few minutes, just, didn't click that button just for a few minutes to see if we could get some kind of pullback to get me a better entry. So we did. We got that pullback, 2-minute pullback right here to 948. What I wanted to see was, can we break this little flag pattern that is forming here on the 1-minute chart? Sometimes you will find these very small flag patterns, and if you can break out of them, usually there is a very strong momentum move. This happens a lot. Right here, real quick, this is like a little bit of a longer flag pattern, right? So you guys can see this is a nice flag pattern right here. If we look at this, looks like a flag, right? And this is a little bit of a longer flag pattern that actually moved into a much stronger move. This one right here is just a little micro pullback, a little micro bull flag, and I like to find these intraday because usually they set up some really nice trades. So what you guys will see, we pulled back, we held that 9, we started to get some momentum off of that bull flag, off that 9 EMA, and I went ahead and executed my trade there. Now, when I entered this trade, in my mind, my stop loss was below the 9 EMA. So if this candle pulled back below that 9 EMA, I would go ahead and get out and take my loss. But as you guys can see, we did not. We got a very nice move, and we moved up at 9:49, started to scale out of this. So this candle right here started to take some profits, took 2 off, and I let one ride a little bit. So the next one I let ride 1 more minute, and this was on this candle 9:50, and I took my profits there. So right there, about $1 per contract. So roughly probably about a $300 trade. Nothing massive, not making me millions, but just a really good formation. And if you guys can find these on your charts, maybe you have more money than me and you can scale up with like a $50,000 trade. And right there, if you took 50 contracts, $1 per contract, that's what, $5 grand in 2 minutes. So very, very nice formation. So this is the first trade. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. So guys, trade number 2 is on NVDA again, and this is from today. So this is today's price action right here. This is the 1 minute chart. What you guys will see, we had a very strong day, huge move higher. And obviously, if you just held these contracts all day, you would have made a ton of money. I was taking quick profits, and I'll show you the trade that I was able to take today. So if we zoom into this area right here, we'll go ahead and look at this formation right here. Now, what you guys will notice, we had this high come in, right? So we had a double top right here. We pulled back. I'm actually going to zoom out so we get a little bit more of an idea of what was going on at this point. So this is about how I want to see this. So let's look at the entire day, and let's look at this formation. So move higher, double top, very strong double top. Moved back down, and we broke. So we broke the double top right here. Now, when I see a breakout, I want to see a retest of some type of support after that breakout of high of day. So ideally, I would have loved to see this thing pull back all the way back to this double top, but we didn't quite get that. What you guys will notice is we actually held at this level. So if I zoom in, once again, let me get a little bit closer for us to see, you'll see that instead of pulling back to that double top, we actually pulled back to this support right here. And that's sort of why I like to draw out demand zones. This is sort of a demand zone that I was watching. And to prove to you that I'm not just BSing, right? I'll go ahead and pull up the Desi trade section in my Discord. And here's the trade that I actually called out. So here it is. This is the NVIDIA trade that I went ahead and I took. And excuse this language here. Sorry about that. But I was pretty excited about this one. So at 12:25, calling out this NVIDIA, and you guys can see this chart right here, right? So this is exactly what we're looking at. We can see that we had this pullback. We had the spike higher, the pullback, and the test of this demand zone right here at 680. So that is exactly right here. This little demand zone at 680, we can actually go ahead and move this up to say right around here. So right there, we had this push higher, pull back to this demand zone, and this is a perfect break and retest of this resistance. And those are the types of trades that I love to take. So right here, I got into a trade on this bounce of this demand zone. If I pull up the Discord one more time, you guys can see it was quickly in profit, and I went ahead and took this nice bounce. It was about a $700 trade. So really nice there on the video. I'll pull up the actual orders here. And what you guys will notice is I actually sort of botched this trade just a little bit. So I am showing you, the real life trading here. I did botch it just a little bit here. So here's the nice push, the pullback, and then my first entry was at 21. So right here is 21. This candle right here is 21. So 1221 on the video. I got in for this push. I held through. I got in 5 contracts. I added 2 more at 24. So 24 was right here on this candle. So I was pretty deep. I had 7 contracts at about $5 average cost. So just about what, $3,500 there for NVIDIA, about $3,500 in this scalp trade. So after that, we got this perfect bounce off of this demand zone that you guys can see on your charts, and we got a very nice move. And I quickly sold 5 of them for about $1 profit, so about $700 there, pretty nice profit, $1 per contract, and I had about 7 contracts. I only sold 5 of them. So I locked in about $500 in profit. That was at 29. So that was right on this candle right here. Now, where I screwed this up, instead of selling my last 2 contracts, I accidentally bought 3 more. So that was a very, very bad mistake on my part. Really sloppy. I added 3 more at $6.40 per contract instead of selling at $6.40 per contract, and that was at 31. So that was right here on this pullback I added. And I ended up just going ahead and getting out of them right after I realized that, all 5 for $6.18 per contract. So still walking away comfortably in the green, a little bit of a botch job there, but overall, what I want to show you here is just this beautiful break and retest of this support on NVIDIA today. Just really nice. This is not where you want to get into this, right? This is a big overextension on the daily or on the 1 minute, way over the 9 EMA. And I just was waiting for this to slow down, sort of see how low this is going to grind and see where we can find support. Now, at the time, I wanted to see us find support here because you guys can see we found support in the past, and I wanted to see us bounce off of that level. Perfect trade there. Was really happy about it today in the chat. Called it out in the Discord chat, so hopefully some of you guys took this one. I think some of you did, so congratulations. But very nice trade there in NVIDIA. That's trade number 2. Let's go ahead and get into my AMC trade. All right, guys, so 3 and 4 are going to be on AMC. First, I want to go ahead and show you this $44 level that we talked about in the live stream today, which held really, really nicely. So I'm looking at this $44 level because if I go out to the daily or the hourly chart, what you guys will notice, if we sort of clean this up just a little bit, you'll see that we had these previous highs here at 44, right here from Thursday pre-market, we had this high of 44. Now, if you look over to the right, you guys will notice that we held this 44 beautifully today. So I'm actually going to the 30 minute. You might be able to see this just a little bit better. So right there, 44 high of day or high in the pre-market, and look at this beautiful hold on AMC today. So that 44 level was key. And I was watching that all day. And once I saw that thing hold 44 today and start to grind higher, I knew there was going to be some movement. And I actually was talking about this in the chat. So right here, nice 44 hold on AMC. If this holds through the day, it could be a solid support level. And look at this chart right here. This was the 30 minute that we just looked at intraday. Nice 44 hold, and we can see what happened after we held that 44. So a beautiful little trade there on AMC after holding 44. Actually, a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. Now, my first trade on AMC, it was a big trade, but it really wasn't much strategy behind it. I'm not going to lie to you. It was just me taking this pretty big breakout here. So if we look at this chart, you guys will see that we had these highs right here, and we had this VWAP that was holding right here. So you guys can see VWAP is the gray line. We broke out of that VWAP, and we got a huge move higher here on AMC. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up to make this a little bit clear. So here is a very nice little breakout here on AMC. Right here, big candle, a lot of volume, and I did trade some of that. So I'll pull it up real quick. It was a big trade. It wasn't very nice. Like, it wasn't a quality, a lot of strategy behind it, but I just sort of rode that momentum. So right here at 1 o'clock, we got that perfect bounce here. This was at 12:59, and this was at 1 o'clock right here on this candle. So I saw this momentum, felt like it was going to continue after seeing that big pop, got in 5 contracts right here at 1 o'clock, sold them for about $2 per contract higher at 1304. 1304 was this candle right here. So a great exit right there. That's a nice little 4-minute trade. That's $1,000. So really happy with that one. Just riding that momentum on this break, this little pivot high right here. Broke it out, had volume over VWAP, just grabbed it and rode that momentum and quickly locked in those profits. So as you guys can see, not a lot of strategy behind that one, but just a really nice momentum trade. This next one on AMC I'm going to show you has to do with this bull flag, and that is a little bit better of a trade in my opinion. So guys, here's the last trade that I'm going to share with you today, and this one is a very nice bull flag breakout. This is an example of a bull flag breakout that's holding a 9 EMA, a very nice setup. So what you guys will notice, we had this big momentum push on AMC like we just saw, traded that, we got this slide lower. Now, what I was seeing was we were starting to make this flag pattern. We were starting to make lower lows while holding a nice base. While we can see that the momentum was starting to increase, volume was starting to increase, and right here, after breaking this little flag, we got a very nice move. So once I saw this big green candle spike right through at around 128, I went ahead and jumped in with 5 contracts, at $8.20, and I sold them just about 2 minutes later on this candle right here for about 40 cents per contract, which is about $200 gain. So again, a quick winner, but this is the formation. This is what I want to focus on. This is the formation that you want to look at. Right here, a nice little flag pattern, a very nice breakout. And of course, if I held it a little longer and was a little bit more patient, probably would have made a lot more money. But either way, a really nice trade there, bull flag breakout. And if we look at the rest of the day, there was multiple of these. So here's another little flag pattern, right? You can even just call this a consolidation on the 9 EMA. And look at this 9 EMA hold. Not one time did it fall below that 9 EMA. So if I traded this strategy to perfection, which is near impossible, of course, with anything in trading, I would have held this probably this entire move, because not one time did we fall below the 9 EMA. But for me personally, with AMC, with how jumpy it is, I'm a little bit nervous trading it, especially with the size that I had with it. So I just wanted to take those quick profits. If I scaled down, in hindsight, scaled down, let it ride out, let it ride that 9 EMA, I probably would have been able to make a little bit more money. So guys, that's about all that I had for you in today's video. Some really nice trades on AMC and NVDA, a lot of momentum, those bull flags, those 9 EMA holds, those break and retests. These strategies have been working extremely well because they work in momentum type markets. So when we have this momentum, these formations come up quite a bit. If you guys want to look and learn more about it, go on your charts when the market's closed, when you have some free time, and look for those formations. I swear you will find them. And if you can find them when the market is trading, you can definitely take advantage of it. If you guys have any interest in joining the Discord chat where I trade live every day, give market commentary, go over some trades that I'm taking, as well as provide feedback and any questions that you guys may have, feel free to check it out. The link is going to be down in the description below. So with all that said, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you guys have taken advantage of some of this momentum in the market, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.